Hi there, friends. You're most welcome. Today, I want to share this information that are making viral and leaving questions to many Africans about why President of France Emmanuel Macron at this time decided to have a conference with young African in Montpellier in France. We know that the President of France Emmanuel Macron will host a conference on Africa on Friday, billed as an attempt to engage directly with young people as he aimed to readjust France's relationship with the continent of Africa. The question is, why is still that the human, political, and economic future of African continent is being discussed in France? Why don't African people, African leaders, or governments themselves listen to the concern of their population or the problem? I remember when President Paul Kagame talking about this, and let us listen a little bit to President Paul Kagame.
We don't need to be invited anywhere to go and address our problems.
You see?
Without first inviting ourselves to come together to tell each other the actual truth that we must tell each other about our serious problems. Wait until they are invited to go to Europe to sit there and just, it's like they are made to sit down and address their problems. Why does anybody wait for that? What image does it even give about us, about Africa? In fact, the image it gives is that we are not there to even address these problems. We are there for a photo opportunity. We are happy to sit there in Paris with the President of France and address and just talk about addressing problems. It doesn't make sense that our leaders cannot get themselves together to address problems affecting our people. It doesn't make sense.
So let us be realistic, dear friends and fellow Africans, that friends want to stay in Africa. It has absolutely no desire to leave the continent of Africa at all. It wants to stay, and now friends come with another way how they can convince young people to make sure that France is stay in Africa for too long. We know how France is benefiting from Africa. We remember that France has taken the artifact from Benin, and he promised to return those artifacts till today. No artifact has been returned to Benin. Not only Benin, even in their former colonies, France has been benefiting. So they say that the aim is to listen the words of African youth. So for what? Why friends want to listen the words of African youth? Sometimes, let me tell you, fellow Africans, sometimes we are going to express ourselves outside of the continent, and those who are outside will understand our idea, what do we think, what we want to do. So they come up with a strategy, how they can stop us, how they can maybe be ahead of that, because we are going to express everything that we have. That's what they are just doing. So we need Africans to come together. Why don't this conference done in Africa? Why friends? Why we didn't decide maybe this conference to be done in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, or in Abuja, Nigeria, or Cape Town in South Africa, or Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, or Harare in Zimbabwe? Why? Why French decided to call our young people outside of the continent, especially in France? So there's something that we must ask ourselves as Africans. So the meeting comes at a delicate moment between France and many of its former colonies in French-speaking Africa, as a law lumbles on over a decision to cut visas to citizens of Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia. Macron vowed in in November 2017 speech in Burkina Faso's capital Ouagadougou to take a new approach to Africa, where French would no longer tell Africa what to do. He has also made a point reaching out to English-speaking countries to build a way beyond French's former colonies' possession. So Africa, it is becoming the hunting ground. Now we have seen African leaders being called outside of the continent. Now it is our youth called outside of the continent. So why every time? I didn't hear or heard that the Chinese youth has called in France. American youth has been called in France to speak about the problem of America. Why France decided at this time? That's the question that the Africans we need to ask ourselves. Why Africa? Why African youth? And then we go there, we enjoy that we are called, we are going to Paris, we are going to Montpellier, we are going to meet with France, President Emmanuel Macron. Why we didn't applaud our leaders? African, we are something to reign. And this is making me very sad, and I didn't know what I can do and what I can tell to my Korean, my friends, my fellow Africans. We need Africans to have a self-reliance, to understand our way, where we want to go, what we want to do as Africans. African youth, let us wake up. For how long will we wait someone to call us and to speak about your mother continent? Can't we solve our problem? We don't have ability to solve our problem. So that is the question that everyone, especially African youth, must ask he or herself in order to change these narratives and to make sure that our continent is doing very well outside of the continent. Otherwise, we'll continue to be or to punch below our weight. As you see, you never heard that Macron or President of France calling the Japanese youth to discuss about Japan. I didn't hear that. But when it comes to Africa, you see now it's a time for youth to be called in Paris. So France has been started. We'll hear maybe China is calling African youth to speak about Africa. So this is a hunting ground for other people. There is a lot of scramble for Africa. Let us wake up and understand, and let us be vigilant, fellow Africans. So that's what I want to share. Please give your comment. What do you think? Why France has decided at this time? What is the impact? Did this or do this conference help Africa solve the problem of Africa facing Africa? So why France cut visas to African countries at the same time they call our youth? We have seen the conflict or misunderstanding between Mali and the France after Mali engaging with a Russian mercenary to keep peace in Mali. So you can ask, we have a lot of questions at this time. But all in all, let us come together as Africans, solve our problems. Thank you for watching.